Good morning, guys. This is Carolyn with Crafting with Wine, and today I'm going to try to do a very short tutorial on how to engrave with your Cricut. And I'm using the Chomas, I think is how it's pronounced, engraving tool. It's an aftermarket product that is sold by the Chomas company, and I'll link that address below so you guys can check it out. And this is what it looks like, and I'll be placing it in the machine too, into my carriage, and show you how to do that as well. But it's a pretty cool, handy little tool. And what I'll be engraving on today is these little gold-plated aluminum plaques or plates that I went to my local trophy shop and asked them if I could buy a few plates from them so I could play with, and I had them to cut my plates to 2.5 by 3.5 inches. So this is where we're going to go. Let me show you how we do it. I've already typed in the word yummies here. And this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to try to make a little plaque to put on a little box that I'm going to put some yummies in for my honey. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to insert a shape. I'm going to insert a square, and I'm going to go over to my edit panel, and here with my square I'm going to click the lock button to unlock it, and I'm going to make my width 3.5 inches, and my height is going to be 2.5 inches. And now I see that happened. Now I'm going to go back over to my layers panel, and I'm going to change the color of my square or rectangle now, just so I can see it easily, see my words more easy. And now I'm going to arrange my letters to the front, and I'm just going to move this in and scale it down, and I'm going to select both the letters and my rectangle, and I am going to align this in the center. And so I have done that now. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just click on everything again, and I'm going to group it together. And now I'm going to click on it and attach everything. That way it'll print and go the way that I want. Now that I have my words here, if you look over into my layers panel, it's showing that it is going to, oh sorry, I was trying to zoom in there, that it's set up to cut. But I don't want it to cut because I'm going to engrave. And here I'm going to click score. So now it will score for me. Now when we go back over to my square, you can see that you can barely see, very faint, the letters there. They came over into white, and that's okay because we know what we're doing and where it's going to be. Now I'm going to click go up here on my screen. Oh, sorry, bumped the camera. Now I'm over on my cut screen, and it's right where I want it to be. And what I'm going to do next, if you'll see down here, when you hit the go button to get it started, there comes a thing here at the very bottom, in this, pretty much in the center of the screen, that says Edit Custom Materials, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to click on that, and now you'll see that it brought up a whole screen here of different things that we can do to edit here in our cut screen. And I'm going to click on Add New Material, and down here it will give me, it comes in New Material Defaults here with the green line, and on this I am going to add the name of my material, and I'm just going to put it in as aluminum plate. and I want my cut pressure. We're going to change the cut pressure, and there's a plus and minus button, and right now it just came in at 9, so we're going to change that. And unfortunately, the only way I know how to do this is to just continue to hit the plus button until you want, until the desired cut pressure that you want is what we're doing. And I want to go up to 225 is what I want it to be. Oh, you can move the little round circle. That's pretty cool. So we learned that together. Now we have a multi-cut function, and I'm going to change that to 5. I want it to cut 5 times, and we're going to leave it at regular blade type. And now I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to hit done because it saved it for me. Now we're back over to our mat, our cut mat, and if you see here, it says my dial position is on cardstock, but I'm going to change the dial position on my Cricut Air to custom. And you'll see it switched to custom, and there's a drop down menu. Now here I'm going to go down and find my custom material that I put in. You'd be amazed at all of the different custom materials that there is in here too. I went too fast and couldn't find it. And I'm not even seeing it. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Edit Custom Materials again and see if I can find it in here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do, because it didn't come through, it may need to update. So I'm going to cancel the cut for a moment. I'm going to save my project. Save it. And then I'm just going to log out for a second. Okay, I'm going to come back into Design Space. I'm going to choose My Projects and Yummy. And there we go. So now I'm going to go back to the cut screen. Hit go again. There it is. It came through my aluminum plate. And that's what I want it to be. Now let me take you over to my machine to show you how we're going to do this. So I'm just going to pause this for a second so I don't make everybody dizzy. Okay, I'm over to my machine, and the first thing I'm going to do is go here to my A carriage. I'm going to put my finger underneath it and push up, and it's a little hard to push up because it fits in there really tight, and pop out that pen holder, score holder, and there we go. It came out fairly easily. Now I'm going to put in my blade, or my engraving blade, into A. Now I'm going to put my plate on my mat. And my mat's a fairly new mat, so I don't need to add any extra adhesive to the back of my plate. So now I'm going to place it in, and my Cricut is flashing to load the paper, so I'm going to do that. Now it's telling me to load my scoring stylus, and instead of the stylus I have my Chomas engraving tool, and that's what we're going to do. It's flashing that it's ready to go, so I'm going to hit the go button for it to start. Now it'll make 5 passes on there, and you can see it's working right along. And actually very quietly too, I might add. And so what I'll do is I'll let this work, because it'll take 10 or 15 minutes for it to engrave and do the 5 passes. And then, just so you know, once it has done doing the 5 passes, I don't hit the unload mat button. I hit the cut button again, and I don't take it out. That way it stays in the same place and it will do it again. So I actually have it to go over 10 times. That way I get a really sharp, crisp engraving. And once that's done, I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, it just finished, so I'm going to unload my mat. Let's get that up out of the way there, and you can see it looks very good. I got a glare there, so let's take this off, and I'll try to get it a little closer here for you to see. Can't you see that it did a very nice job? I could have done a little bit better centering, I think, but I'm very pleased. I'm sorry for the glare. Let me see if I can turn this light off and see if that'll help better. Yes, that helps much better. I think it looks really nice, and I hope you guys give this a try. So, like I said, I'll have the link below in the descriptions of where you can order this cool engraving tool as well. Thanks, and have a happy crafty day.